A handshake is still the professional standard. Not only does this simple gesture demonstrate that you're polite, confident, and approachable, it also sets the tone for future professional relationship. In a casual work atmosphere, you can often get away with a nod or a hello, but it's worth it to make the extra effort to offer your hand. Even in a casual professional atmosphere, this basic form of courtesy is still imperative. It is clear and direct, politeness is in an unlimited supply, and it makes others feel good. Sending a thank you email is perfectly acceptable, but a handwritten thank you note is always a nice touch. Religion and politics are the two topics to avoid at work. Your coworker asks, "Did you see the debate last night? Who are you voting for?" How do you respond when you know you don't agree with them? We have blurred many of the personal and professional lines, but politics and religion are still off limits at work. These topics are highly charged minefields. Written communication is often more formal than verbal communication, so it is important to watch your language and the context of your conversation. Written communication can be emails, text messages, or social media. In a business setting, you must respect your relationship with others and know when or when not to have a formal or informal conversation. Never use derogatory, rude, slang, or offensive language within a formal conversation. Keep it professional, precise, and reread your message before sending it to ensure the correct tone. If your message is important, then you should make sure it is correctly written. An email full of typos can make the recipient doubt your job skills. These few simple steps will help you get it right. Take a moment to read over your message, and you might even have someone else read it as well. Make sure that everything is spelled correctly and that there are no typos. A simple hello goes a long way. When you see someone or if someone approaches you, you should always start with hello. You may never know how far a conversation may go without this. While acknowledging others, keep in mind that perception is key. It is important to acknowledge others and make them feel as important as you would like others to make you feel. It is important to show genuine interest in others. Listening, making eye contact, and responding with pertinent details can go a long way. We are so easily distorted by things people say that we will stop them mid-sentence just to try and get our word in, without even taking the time to understand what they are trying to say. Resist being impatient and take the time to understand others. Being punctual shows others that you value their time, and it shows that you are ready to work. Being late doesn't mean that you're busier than others, it just means that you're being inconsiderate. Prepare for meetings ahead of time so that you can start in a timely manner. Gossip is never harmless. It can be damaging to the subject of the gossip, and it also reflects poorly on you. Talking about someone who is not present is disrespectful. Everyone is entitled to private conversations. You should never watch over someone's shoulder, listen in on other people's conversations, or read other people's emails. Eavesdropping can be detrimental in an office because it can start rumors. Business introductions are important because they display respect, get relationships off to a good start, and make you appear confident, prepared, and in control. Remember that rank is the most important factor in a business introduction. This will dictate who gets introduced in what order. You should always introduce the lower ranking person to the higher ranking person. Introductions aren't always smooth. If you forget someone's name, just honestly acknowledge the fact. If someone has forgotten to introduce yourself and explain how you know the person in common. When you are being introduced to a group, it is considered polite to just nod after the first introduction rather than keep repeating yourself. Meetings are held to discuss important information. Using your phone during a meeting is disrespectful to the presenter and the information they are providing. It shows a lack of attention to the presenter, which can make them feel powerless in relating to their audience, and it demonstrates a lack of interest in the overall presentation. Interrupting can have a negative impact on how your peers see you. Interruptions happen in meetings, business conversations, and even casual workplace conversation. There is a time and a place for everything, so when determining if this may be a good time to interrupt, you should ask yourself the following. How would this information be useful at this moment? What will happen if this is not discussed at this moment? This common issue can be seen as rude and shows a lack of regard to someone else's space. To avoid issues, the easiest resolution would be to knock on the door or to simply stop at their door to see if this is an okay time to talk. Depending on the amount of time needed, it may be best to schedule an appointment, which can be done via email or a short phone conversation.